Coming up next, forecaster John Bordash goes over the latest forecast, timing of the winter storm, and impacts you can expect in southern Maryland and across the Mid-Atlantic. Stay tuned. This live forecast begins shortly.
Winter weather looks to threaten southern Maryland on Sunday. As this system moves closer to our area, turn to JB Weather for continuing coverage.
Forecaster John Bordash will be providing around-the-clock coverage, providing the latest analysis, forecast updates, and live reports to keep you and your family ahead of the storm.
When winter weather strikes, JB Weather is providing winter weather coverage southern Maryland can count on. Brought to you by our sponsors: William Richmond Inc., Farmers Home and Auto Insurance, the Bob Koski Agency, R.E. Graves Heating and Air Conditioning, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, McNeil's Group Properties, the Charleston Senior Community, and Chesapeake's Bounty. Now, here's forecaster John Bordash with a live forecast update.
And good evening, Southern Maryland. I'm forecaster John Bordash back with you. It seems like we just did this about a week ago, probably because we did do this about a week ago, talking about that winter storm potential across the region, and it is looking increasingly likely that we will see at least some accumulating snow. The devil's in the details, though. But make sure to leave your comments in the your questions in the comments. Got that a little mixed up, and I'll try my best to get to them. And for those that watched yesterday and saw Acker, my cat, make an appearance, and the meows, he is currently eating, so we are all good there. But let's get right into the latest forecast. It's a little bit too far ahead. Down below on the ticker, you can see the updated snowfall forecast for your town. And I think that's really going to help you out a lot to figure out what's going to be going on. But let's get into the forecast. Here's going to be the setup for this weekend. We're going to be talking about... My sister asked what's the weather in D.C. And no, bring back the cat. The cat is eating, and I dare not interrupt him while he's eating. Trust me, that causes that causes too many problems. My sister can tell you it is too much to deal with, and I am not doing it. I am not. Anyway, getting back to the forecast, we will be talking about a system that's going to be developing up along the Gulf Coast that will gradually work its way off the southeast coastline and off of our Atlantic beaches by Saturday evening going into Sunday, then off the northeast coastline and head out to sea. This will have a wide area of precipitation with it. That we do know. And we know that there will be some... we know that there will be cold air present Saturday evening, so there will be an area of snow that develops. Where that area of snow develops is 100% dependent on where this track of our low pressure system sets up. If this track is about 50 miles to the north and west, we are talking about mainly rain here in southern Maryland. If we are talking about a track that is 50 miles south and east, we're talking about potentially heavy snow in southern Maryland. And I know that 50 miles might seem like a wide distance to you, but in the wide world of meteorology, that is not that far of a distance, and we can see those type of changes happen like that overnight. I've been forecasting almost all week for the potential of a winter storm on Sunday, even when a lot of other people weren't. I got many comments saying my weather app doesn't say this, the TV guy I follow doesn't say this, and sure enough, here we are talking about another winter weather potential. So we've been tracking this potential here for a long time because the upper atmospheric pattern does look favorable for this. So the main questions with it then are, how far to the north and west is the storm track? How cold are those temperatures? Saturday will be a warm day. Tomorrow we might get up into the 40s, if not maybe low 50s. And do we have heavier forms band? And where did they form? Do they form over our region to give us heavier snow? Let's talk about that potential. Again, this storm has the potential to track to the north and west. If it does that, that sends that rain-snow line well to the north and west. We could be talking about rain across our area, and that heavy snow is set up along I-95. That's where you'd find those big totals, with maybe some lighter snow down out towards the Maryland, Piedmont, and south central Pennsylvania. This is scenario one, and I honestly would give this a 50% chance of happening. What is the other 50%? It's this scenario, which is a complete 180. If I can go back and forth, take a look at southern St. Mary's County. On this graphic, it's green for all rain. Scenario 2, look at that. It's heavy snow. We're talking a further south and east track would help to promote colder air to stick around in our region, and that would set up those heavier bands of snow right across our region locally. So that's going to be the difficulty. Which one ends up prevailing? Right now, I lean a little bit towards the, scenario 1. Not all the way. I don't think it tracks this far north and west where we see almost nothing. I do think we see something, but I don't know how much cold air is allowed in. All season, we've seen storms track to the north and west. Every single storm, we saw that with the last storm. We're seeing it with this storm, and I don't think this northwest trend is over yet, and I'll show you why I think that here in a little bit when we get into future cast. But this is scenario 2. Again, I still think it's probably 50-50. It's jump ball. We'll see how things develop overnight, but I do get the slightly, maybe it's a 51-49 lean to scenario 1. We do have this winter storm watch in effect for the entire region. This goes up at midnight on Sunday and sticks around with us through 3 p.m. So this is really going to be a Sunday or a Saturday night into Sunday morning event. This winter storm watch shows you the area we're watching for a few inches possible. And what's interesting about this watch graphic is that it shows you where we're the heaviest snow area could potentially be. It's going to be somewhere in here, but it favors areas to the south and east, not all those areas north and west of DC that typically see heavy snow. So we do have this in effect. A few inches are possible, and tomorrow this will get updated to warnings and advisories, and we'll see those warnings posted where the heaviest snow will be. My guess is that it won't include all of southern Maryland, but it's going to be a very, very close call. And again, I'll show you that here in a second. When does the snow start? That's another big question. I think locally here in southern Maryland, it starts around midnight. It will start earlier the further south and west you head. It could be starting as early as 7 to 10 o'clock down across portions near Lynchburg, Roanoke, on over towards areas like Charlottesville. Locally, again, I think around midnight, maybe plus or minus an hour or two, and probably closer to 3 o'clock as you head over towards Baltimore, and probably closer towards 3 to 6 a.m. as you head over towards the Philadelphia region. Now, how much snow am I forecasting? This forecast is a little easier from last time because I only had to make one graphic, not 2 or 3, to tell you the snowfall forecast. This is what was published earlier today, and you can see that there in the pinned comment. We're talking 2 to 5 inches, I think, broadly speaking, for much of the region. This forecast will be a lot more detailed tomorrow. This is a broad brush, 2 to 5, from the Central Virginia Piedmont through portions of the coastal plain here in Maryland, through the Delmarva, on over towards New Jersey. Somewhere in here, though, we will see higher totals, probably more like 4 to 6 somewhere, versus 2 to 4. We will make that distinction tomorrow. It's too far off to say where that's going to happen. With this system, as we were talking about, there's going to be a band of heavy snow that sets up. It's going to be a narrow band. It might be as narrow as 20 to 40 miles. That's about the length of Calvert County. So where that 20 to 40 mile band sets up is going to be very important. It could very well set up across our region, and that would give us heavy snow. That 20 to 40 mile band can be centered on I-95 and give us more like 1 to 2. So I don't want you to get too honed up on that 5-inch potential. And let's bring it even closer here into southern Maryland. I think much of the region from about Prince Frederick through Mechanicsville points south. I'd say 2 to 4. That would be my guess right now. And once you head south of Route 4 and St. Andrews Church Road in St. Mary's County, we're talking Lexington Park, Great Mills, Hermanville, Callaway, Piney Point, Scotland, Ridge, all these different areas. I think you might be closer to 2 to 3 inches and maybe closer to that 2-inch potential. That rain snow line is going to be very difficult to try to set up, and I think it's going to set up from about Salisbury, maybe touching Ridge down towards the north of the northern neck. But again, I'll show you a future cast here in a second, and we'll detail that out a little bit. But the exact storm is going to be key for our forecast. If this is too far north and west, these totals will move north and west. A 20-mile shift northwest is the difference between, let's say, Lusby seeing 2 to 4 inches versus maybe an inch. So that is the type of difficulty with this forecast. It's going to be very difficult to pin down. Do all areas mix with snow? Is it southern areas that only mix with snow? Is this all rain? If it's all, or is it all snow? If it's all snow, these totals are too low. If heavier bands hit up in our region, these totals are too low. And I think we could be maybe the higher end of these totals. If not, we need to introduce a new range, maybe like a 4 to 7 somewhere. It's too early to say that, though, with any confidence, and that is what we're talking about for the potential coming in here for the day, Saturday evening into Sunday morning. Impacts will be the highest from I-95 point south and east. I think this is going to be true even if we do mix with rain, because it would be like heavy rain and then we're switching back and forth between snow, rain. Lower impacts would still elevated north and west at I-95, but if that heavier snow band does set up that far north and west, then we would move the medium impacts over there. So this is a general look for you. And for those of you that need a timeline, this is what that looks like. It probably starts the lower impacts probably around midnight or so with the snow. And this snow line is very dependent on where this low tracks. I cannot say that enough. So I need you all to understand that. We could go from either little snow or a lot of snow. I've seen solutions pointing double-digit snows in our region. I've seen solutions with literally 0 snow in our region. There is a lot of variance in this forecast, but getting back to my forecast, I think we'll see medium to maybe like medium-high impacts from snow, probably between about 4 o'clock and 10 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. That's when you're going to see the heaviest snow. So I think if you're planning to go to any church services on Sunday morning, or you're just trying to do a weekly grocery trip Sunday morning, that's what my mom would do them after church, you would probably have some issues. I think travel difficulties will be likely for much of the region. I don't think we're talking about too much wind, so I don't think we're talking about a power outage potential. And that rain line is lit up a little bit too, because if we see rain, then we would have rain issues, not snow issues. So what I want to do is take you on over to Futurecast, what is being shown here by our models. This is super important, and I like to show this because it gives you a good idea. This is going to be Futurecast for the 7th is, so this would be Saturday at 7 p.m. I had to get there. So you can see our storm is gathering strength here down to the south. As we push this forward here, getting over towards 10 p.m. on Sunday, or sorry, 10 p.m. Saturday, you can see that snow already beginning to push in to southwestern portions of Virginia, beginning to get closer to our region. By the time we head over towards 1 o'clock, this model has precip moving over our region. Now, one thing I am noting is that this shows rain in our region. Now, at first glance, and when I'm looking over this, I think it's probably just an issue with the way the computer is rendering the precipitation typing. But what this also tells me is that there is the potential for this to be a solution. The computer wouldn't have an issue trying to do this. It wouldn't be such a high bar to cross, the precipitation type, if there wouldn't be an issue. I mean, we can see snow down here, so that tells me this is probably snow. But that is something to take a look at. This is 1 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, or on Sunday. Getting over towards 4 o'clock in the morning Sunday. Now we start to get into the big money hours. You can see individual heavier bands of snow trying to set up, one in northern Maryland, one right in our region, a heavier band down here towards Richmond. But you see that rain snow line dancing from Roanoke to Richmond, rain trying to get into southern St. Mary's County. You all always get screwed out of snow, so this could be the way that happens over towards Salisbury. This is the look at 4 a.m., and that's why we start to look at higher impacts. Getting over towards 7, this really demonstrates what I'm talking about. Look at that rain snow line. If this is 20 miles north and west, most of us see rain. If this is 20 to 30 miles to the south, most of us see heavy snow. Because one of the biggest adages I live by, or one of the bigger adages in meteorology is to get you need to smell the rain to get heavy snow. To get the heavy snow, you need to smell the rain. That's to say that you need to be right up on this rain snow line. You need to be on the colder side of it to get the heaviest snow. And that will be true here. Whoever is on the snowier side of the rain snow line will see heavy snow. And you can see that here. I mean, we see that potential lining up. But this is 7 in the morning. Going over towards 10 in the morning, this model shows southern Cobb County, and down here towards St. Mary's County is rain. Snow up to the north. Our coastal low is tucked in pretty far westward. Getting over towards 1 p.m., it starts to wind down. I think a general timeline for this to wind down is between 12 and 2 on the day on Sunday. And then as we head over towards 4 p.m., it's out of here. This model, it does a harder time trying to calculate snow. If I bring this back here, Yeah, it shows the heavier snows north and west of our region. And that's a potential. Again, this could shift. Now, if I take you back a couple model runs, this showed the heaviest snow. This was literally 2 model runs ago. It had the heaviest snow in our region. And I will show you how a further track to the south and west would be the difference. I showed you just now a warmer solution. Here is a colder solution, and this is very plausible. Now getting towards 10 o'clock, that snow is already falling down towards Richmond. By 1 o'clock in the morning, maybe some rain showers, but mainly snow in our region. Already getting to steady to moderate snow. Getting you over towards 4 o'clock, that has that heavier band of snow sitting up in our region. It has that rain snow line well to the south. By 7 o'clock in the morning, this is really focusing the heaviest precipitation across our region, and it's cold enough, so it is all snow. And look at the difference. We're talking about Ridge being an area that could see, Ridge in Scotland being an area that could see some only all rain. This version of the model has heavy, wet snow in that region. This is something to keep an eye on. This is very much on the table. And then it generally pulls out, and I just showed you, it puts down. This would be about 4 to 6 inches in our region, focused south of Prince Frederick, not north. So this was 2 model runs ago, 1 model run ago, and then the current model run. So it's something to keep an eye on. I do see a northwest trend, which is why I favored this solution a little bit more, but anything is on the table this far out. The storm will only be allowed to come, but so far north and west, I think. I don't think that this will be, coming right over us. So that is something to keep an eye on. Our global models are also having a little bit of a difficult time with this. I can show you the latest run of the American model. This model, I know you see snow already. Let me bring this back a second. So this would be 10 o'clock in the evening here on the day on 10 o'clock in the evening on Saturday, by 1 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. This has snow beginning to break out, maybe a little bit of mix at the onset, but then this model has us quickly going over to snow. You see this heavier band of snow setting up south of DC. Moving this forward, even still, this has that rain snow line cutting through portions of our region. This is going to play a part into my forecast. And right over the rain snow line, you see the deeper blues or purples, however it shows up on your screen. This is going to be the region that would see the heaviest snow with this. I mean, the snow totals it's putting down, this shows those blue areas would be about 2 to 4-ish inches. So it shows more snow north and west, but initially bring some snow in here. So it's going to be something we need to watch, and I won't have a better answer for you on the forecast until tomorrow, but different from what I have right now. So coming back over here, let's take you back over to the snowfall forecast. I know that is super important. I'll keep it on the regional view for right now, for those that are just now tuning in to get an idea. The heaviest will be around I-95. I think Washington, Annapolis, Baltimore sit in very good spots for this event. Our region, it's either boom or bust. It is either we see heavy wet snow or we see rain. I think even in the rain solution we see snow, but it quickly goes over to rain. The things that are working for this storm is that it's coming overnight, so we have colder temperatures in the area. There's a lot of upper atmospheric forcing with this. There's a lot of what we call frontogenesis. So that is going to be working in our favor to help bring down cooler air and to really help thump away the snow to accumulate it. But only so much snow can accumulate in about 6 to 8 hours. So I don't think we're talking double-digit snows. It would need to snow at about 2 inches an hour the entire storm to get that. So I do think that someone in tomorrow's snow map ranges might be like 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 7, something like that. Someone will get like a 4 to 7 range. I think areas, bringing it back over here, areas south of Prince Frederick, Mechanicsville, Colonial Beach, Southern Calvert, most of St. Mary's, you are the highest boom bust zone, and what sucks is that is the vast majority of the area I cover. I mean, the vast majority of followers live between Prince Frederick and Solomons and between Mechanicsville to Ridge. I mean, that is just the way it is, but I think it's our region, it's one or the other, really. So right now I'm forecasting kind of down the middle. I'll make a definitive call tomorrow, but I've seen some of my friends put out snow maps that are like 3 to 6, 4 to 8, 5 to 10 in our region. I don't buy that at all. I don't think anyone will get 10, but that is where I stand. So now I'm going to get to your questions. I think I covered the forecast pretty well. For those of you that are about to tune out, my forecast, I will have an updated video forecast for you up on Facebook at like 6 o'clock this evening. So if you know someone who missed this or you need the recap of information, that'll be up there. And on YouTube, make sure to check out the JB Weather YouTube. That's been up forever, but I'm now trying to utilize it. And I can't have it be youtube.com/JBWeather until I get 100 subscribers. I'm at 78. So give it a look. I can't even give you a link to that. It's up on the website though. Go check the website. Click over. Give it a subscribe. That would really help me try to get that set up. For those that one day Facebook will die out, YouTube will still be a thing. So that'll be really helpful to have that over there. But Mike said, "Hi JB, just got word from my office in Mount Holly, 6 to 12 in Dover." Maybe. I think that is what they're forecasting. That might be a little too high. Christina, it went quick, but I think the S was missing in strike. In strike? Oof. I don't know what that means. And Allison says 12 inches or bust. I see all the Snowcat comments. Awesome. Please do like the last time when you think it will start. And Cheryl, I got that for you. And I know that question probably came in before I got it, but yes, here you go. People like this graphic. It gives them a good idea of when it will start. And they like the chart, too, because the chart shows you when it'll stop, the heaviest. I'll bring that up again because people really like this graphic. And I like making it because it's a lot of fun. And thank you, Tammy. I'm glad you don't have to watch TV anymore. I am the only TV you need. Gary, I want the scenario that brings the most snow to southern Charles County. That would be scenario 2, a southeastern track. And Caleb, I will try my hardest to work my magic to bring us snow. My neighborhood, so that means 5 inches of leisure. That's possible for some. That is possible for some. Hello, Kathleen from Great Mills. Hello, Betty from Brandywine. Hello, Christine Caddy, I think that is, from St. Mary's County. Caleb says, the rain snow line, it needs to move away. Yes, it does. It makes my forecasting job 10 times harder. And Jean wants to know about Front Royal, Virginia. I'll bring it back over here to the whiteout. You're south of Winchester. I'd call it maybe 1 to 3 for you. Maybe a little more if this takes a northern track. The leftover snow here is getting lonely. Yeah, I'm up here in southern Pennsylvania near Harrisburg, and we still have like 8 to 10 inches of snow on the ground from the first storm. If this track's a little further north, we would have more snow to bring into our area. Let's see, Sarah, if we get snow, do you think it will stick around past Sunday and a Monday? No. Well, it won't be falling in a Monday. It will. I don't know if it'll. It might still be on the ground Monday. It will be warm tomorrow. I can actually show you the temperature forecast. Let's take it back over here to Futurecast. We're going to switch it up and not talk snow, but talk temperatures. And I want to show you the high temperatures for tomorrow. Almost as warm as today. Today we got up into the 50s. Tomorrow we're in the upper 40s. You see these greens? Those are 50s. This is like upper 40s. We do drop temperatures down overnight. You can see those deeper blues move in. So this is like right around freezing. After the storm moves out on Sunday, and this is really important, I think, to show as well. This is the center of the storm. North and west is the colder side. South and east is warmer. And if I put on the winds, look where the winds come from because they're coming from the south. And up here, they're coming from the north. So that's why, like with the previous, or typically when systems impact us, they track right over our region. And we're typically on this warmer side. I don't think we'll get on that warmer side, but the closer to our region this comes, the closer we get to just warmer temperatures. But look at the wind direction. How up here they come, from east to west. If this tracks, and I can show you this here, if this tracks this close, our wind direction is really coming off the bay, and that would be an issue. That would send all of our temperatures over terrain. Center temperatures above freezing, and we would go over terrain. We might sneak into the 40s for highs on Sunday, but as we head over towards Monday, colder air does begin to gradually work in. Highs Monday, maybe around freezing or so. So I hope that helped answer the general question about that. Isn't Southern Calvert always boom or bust? Sarah, that is 100% always the case. And I feel like I say that all the time. I try to get my best call on if it'll be more boom or bust. I try. But I think you have a better chance of seeing a bust forecast south of Prince Frederick. If you're up in Huntingtown or Chesapeake Beach or Dunkirk or Owings, that would be a region I think you might see a little bit better chance to see the forecast verify. Nanjemoyne is well represented today. There you go. Yeah, I mean, Nanjemoyne down there in the peninsula there of St. Mary's or Charles County. I just get talked about too much, but I made sure to put in my little snow forecast, and I try to mention as much as I can. And now we have tons of viewers, which I love. You were on point last week when it started. In amount, I will let you know on this storm as well. Thank you, Cheryl. Please do. A lot of people thought I was overly sensitive to my forecast, but I'm somewhat. Well, I was a little upset that it busted. Do not get me wrong. I want an accurate forecast, so I need to know how people are perceiving my forecast. I might mean it to come out one way, but it can be read a totally different way. So when I ask for input, it's not because I need I'm fishing for comments, or I need to know how people are receiving my forecast so I know for the next storm how to properly adjust for that. With this storm, because of the last one, I'm not forecasting big amounts. I'm staying rather low for a reason. And Lori subscribed to YouTube. Thank you. I can't say the link to the YouTube, but if you go to jbweather.net, up in the corner, there is a little YouTube icon. Click on that and just click subscribe. That would help me out tons. And Sherry's hoping for scenario 2. I think a lot of people are. At least a lot of snow lovers. If we come back over here, scenario 2, we're talking heavy snow in our region. Let's see. Tammy, daughter coming from Salisbury to visit. Going back Monday. Should she make the trip? Maybe have her leave tomorrow. If she could leave tomorrow, that'd be great. Because Monday, she'll be fine to go back, I think. Sunday, traveling here will be an issue pretty much all day, because even if we see snow, or even if we see rain, because she'll have to go across, I would assume she'd take the Bay Bridge up towards Annapolis. There's going to be slushy roads, especially those rural communities of the Eastern Shore. So if she can leave Saturday, I think that's good. Anytime Saturday would be fine, even Saturday evening. But anytime Sunday is going to be an issue. Amanda, any school odds yet? No, and I don't know if they will be needed for this storm because it's coming Sunday morning, and in a non-pandemic world, the school odds would be very low. But now it's so, this past winter storm gave us an experience for what snow days would look like, and I don't like it at all. I don't know what code virtual means. I thought everyone was already on code virtual. Not to throw shade or anything, but I don't know what that means. I don't know. So I would say in a non-pandemic world, and take it as you will, I don't think that schools would close on Monday. And thank you, Jean, for subscribing. What are the chances to impact schools? There we go. It's really early to see. If we see a lot of snow, it'll impact it. I don't think it's that likely right now. And yes, Prince William County closes over a dusting of snow, so I'm sure they'll close. You really are the best. Thank you for keeping it real. Oh, of course. Yeah, Christine. Sorry, the way that this bar is here on my screen, it muddles everyone's first names. But yes, I like to be upfront about what's going on. Beth snuck over to YouTube, subscribed, and tap the bell for all updates. So on YouTube, all of these video forecasts you see live on Facebook or Twitter, wherever you're watching, they go up over there. So I mean, you'll always get updates. You'll get these live videos regardless of the platform you watch. And the link to YouTube's over on the website. I think everyone ignores Western Charles. I know everyone ignores Charles County, or not Charles County, Southern St. Mary's County, Calvert County. They think that Southern Maryland ends at Waldorf and Dunkirk. Which, I mean, I'm not to say that those places aren't Southern Maryland, but there's a lot more to Southern Maryland, and there are a lot more beautiful parts of Southern Maryland. You head down towards Solomons, or you head over towards St. George Island, Cobb Island, Point Lookout, Belle Alton. I mean, you got some nice places down here. Let's see. Forecast was spot on last week. Thank you, Sarah. I try to be, Bobby, I've been doing this for 7 years now, professionally, so I have an idea of how things tend to work here in Southern Maryland. You will always have lower totals in Southern Calvert and St. Mary's County. You will always get too much Bay influence that'll happen because you'll get too much Bay influence. So, in those small microclimates, and they are on full display in severe weather season. If you lived here long enough, you know a typical tornado track is from the northern neck across the Potomac through like Leonardtown, through St. Mary's County into southern Calvert County. We get one of those every year. Thank you, Alicia, for posting that. Thank you. Well, maybe after this I'll be able to change the YouTube URL. And it's weird that they don't let you do it until you have 100 subscribers, because how are you going to get subscribers if you don't have a URL people know? And Christine, of course, always includes St. Mary's. It means that there is school, but on... So, yeah, I know that code virtual means that it's... I was being a little bit more facetious than I was being, like, for real about it. It's just, I'm not used to that. I'm used to school is closed or delayed, and I can report that. Reporting code virtual is very weird for me, because does that mean the building is closed, or... I don't know. It's too much. Too much. The pandemic needs to end. And so co-virtual means that the kids who come in for the internet stay. Oh, I didn't know kids did that, Sarah. Huh. See, I'm not down in Southern Maryland right now, so I don't know how the schools operate. So I didn't know that they do that, which I guess is great for kids who need to be in a spot who don't have internet at home. Because you have some boony areas out here in Southern Maryland that like are very hard to get internet, especially in St. Mary's County. You get MetroCast, and that goes down every other day. I know that. Try to get more pictures over the water with snow. Yes, Michelle, make sure to send them to me. I would love that. And thank you, Laura, for subscribing to YouTube. Christina, hi from Bell. All night jinxed your last storm by setting up time lapses. Christina, if you keep doing it, we have to get snow eventually. So I just ended up on here, so you probably already covered this. We're supposed to be leaving Sunday around noon to get to Great Wolf Lodge in Williamsburg. So Amanda, I'll walk. I think depends when during the afternoon. I will walk through you and show you. I'll give you more of a regional view so you get an idea of what we're talking about. I need to rewind FutureCast to a spot where. Okay, let's get into it, Amanda. So here we are in Southern Maryland. You're somewhere. Where's your comment? Did you say where you were? No, just Southern Maryland. But Williamsburg is right in this region. I think you're able to see that. There we go. Right in this region. So just look over here. As we head over towards, this is 10 p.m. Saturday, 1 a.m. on Sunday. Rain, snow. So Williamsburg, it's probably more rain. There's Williamsburg. It's probably more rain than snow. But if we move this forward just to the afternoon, this is 10 a.m., 1 p.m. It's beginning to wrap up. So you probably won't be driving in snow, because this will probably move out quicker than this. You probably won't be dealing with snow on Sunday, but you could be dealing with some slick road conditions. So just keep that in mind. Do keep that in mind. Let's bring it back over here. So payment. So the forecast. I've really been utilizing the website lately. So at jbweather.net, that's not Facebook, that's not Twitter, like the app you type in on your internet browser. Actually, I can show you here, because I have this up. So I have it right here, right? So again, it's just jbweather.net. And here it is. Boop. You come over to the blog, and there's my first call forecast. And you can see all my past forecasts too. But you click on it, and this shows you everything. I mean, everything I've just shown you is over here right now. The different scenarios, the winter storm watch, the first call, the local view at our region, the snow start times, the timeline for you. And then I've been adding this recently, and people seem to like it. It's storm FAQs. So how confident are you? Where will the heaviest fall? What is the timing of the storm? Could we see less snowfall than currently forecast? And I give right here. Nothing has a 0% chance. I mean, I don't know if this will work. Yeah. So nothing has a 0% chance here of falling. The highest right now I'd say is 2 to 4, but there's a chance you're getting a 4 to 7 or just 1 to 2. Even a small outside chance you get into this way upper range. But yeah, I mean, up here. So make sure you check out the website. You know, everything is over here. If you come over here to let's zoom, come back up here. You come over here to the forecast tab. I typically will have a video forecast or a written forecast tab for you, the 7-day. Right now, it's the video I recorded just before I came on here, video forecast. This is typically a 7-day forecast, so you can always get forecasts there or on Facebook or on Twitter. That was a lot about the website. All right. Metrocast, yeah. Now Atlantic Broadband. Really? Is it the same company? They're just going by a different name to go incognito? We know your games, Metrocast. We know your games. 1 to 3 for we went through this last time, Christine, and I should remember Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. I need to search that up. Phoenix. I think you're close to Philly, right? No? Yeah, you're in Chester County, and I should know that because I live in Pennsylvania. So, what part of Chester County are you? Are you close? You're near King of Prussia. I'd say 1 to 3, maybe closer to 3 than 1. Amanda Hollywood. Of course. We appreciate how you answer and help individual people. Of course, Beth. I mean, I think that's why people know to come to JB Weather. They can come on the live stream. And while they might not, some people ask specifically, but they're like what it will show for their like backyard. But I mean, everyone travels, especially, I mean, now that we're getting into a spot with the pandemic where like, I think we're beginning to get a little better. It's going to be a slow and steady thing, but we're getting there slowly. People are traveling. They're doing things, so people need to know. I totally get that. How can we send you pics of the great snow we're going to get? You can email them to me, John at jbweather.net, so JOHN at jbweather.net. You can tweet them to me at jb_weather. You can post them on the Facebook page. You can message them to the Facebook page. Any of those modes works well. Team the blue, not green for the change. Michelle, I think you might just be joining. I don't want to give you bad news. I want to show you the different potentials, though. Look at the green. Pink, that's not good. So it is possible that we... and of course, Christine, I'll accommodate you. No worries. But Michelle, just be wary. That rainstorm line's going to be close. We're either seeing rain or we're talking heavy snow. And Karen looks just thank you, the shirt and tie. I'm trying to be a little bit more professional with JB Weather. It's my full-time job. I figure hoodie and hat's a little unprofessional, so and I student teach, so I already have all of this getup, so I figure why not utilize it. And I like dressing up a little bit, so. But that is everything I have for you this evening. We've been going strong for almost 40 minutes. You can get a replay of this on Facebook or on YouTube. I can't give you the YouTube link just yet, but when I get an actual URL, it will go right down there in the how to connect. And this forecast is up on jbweather.net as well. And check out the pinned comment for the latest information for you. And then I will have I think it's like a 6-minute video forecast that will go up this evening at 6 o'clock. It's already up on YouTube if you want to see that. But I will be up over on Facebook and on Twitter as well. So stay tuned. I will continue to keep you updated with the latest. It's going to be an active 36 hours for our region. It's going to be very active, and I'll continue to keep you updated. Very limited updates. So for me tonight, I am headed out. The last weekend I was unable to spend any time with my partner. This weekend I probably won't, so I told him we will go out tonight and just drive around or something. So yes, no limited updates tonight, but full coverage tomorrow and definitely into Sunday. So stay tuned. I'll continue to keep you updated. In the meantime, though, I'm forecaster John Bordash. Thank you so much for joining me. I love talking this stuff. I love answering your questions. And make sure to join back tomorrow afternoon for the latest information. My final call will probably be up around between 12 and 3. Maybe a little sooner if coffee kicks in. So stay tuned. I'll continue to keep you updated. But in the meantime, I'm forecaster John Bordash, and keep it locked.